Hey folks, Coach Simon back here with another Coach's Corner. Now, I got asked this question on the club ride the other day. They were saying, hey Simon, look, is there one magical way to pump up my fitness on a bike? Now, look, you could be forgiven to believing that's true. You just need to read blogs or any articles that have lots of clickbaity headlines like the one way to or how to get fitter in. And you could be pretty much tricked into believing that there is a magical way to get fitter on a bike, but the reality is there really isn't. So without further ado, let's get into why there isn't. Now, in my experience, there is no one magical way to train. I'm sorry to burst that bubble, but the real magic comes from focusing on the basics, being consistent, and having the ability to override boredom when it hits. Now, that is the one thing that I think if we can all learn, we can really do very well at improving our fitness overall over time. So let's talk some basics of quality training, the ingredients that we need that are critical to understand how to truly get the best out of your training, to ride up hills quicker, to grab the odd com or queen of the mountain here and there, just to know that you are training effectively. To get faster, you have to think about training both your cardiovascular engines and the muscular engine that powers you along. Basically, what you want to be doing with the muscle engine is improving the function and quality of that muscle. Now, cyclists don't like to hear this, but lifting heavy weights in the gym is the quickest way that you'll develop your strength. It is something that a lot of cyclists ignore. I see it as the most crucial thing to do if you want to improve your muscle function, its overall quality, and the efficiency of the muscle itself. In my mind, it's even more important for cyclists to do this as they get older. I think I'll do a separate video about this in total because it's such an important aspect to try and get across to older cyclists. That's what we need to focus on, just for health, not just for performance. In my mind, as we get older, there are certain physiological adaptations that happen to us that if we don't fight now, we're going to be in trouble later on. Let's move away from that and let's talk about improving your cardiovascular engines, because I've got different thoughts on this. Basically, what I think about when I'm coaching my cyclists is we want to try and make you as efficient and make that training as meaningful as possible. So it should really include working on all your muscle types and your full cardiovascular range, so we're able to take your muscles through all the different gearings in training. That bit's really important. That's how you become efficient. That's how you become a faster cyclist on any terrain. Riding aerobically everywhere will improve your fitness. There's no doubt to that. But the thing is, it takes a lot of time to do this. And realistically, it's not really improving the overall function and quality of the full range of muscle types and the relationships between each one of these muscle types, which is what we want to try and do. The same adage always springs to mind. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. So there are some faster wins in increasing our overall fitness, function and quality of the muscles. For instance, incorporating tempo work changes intermediate muscle fibers into more oxidative aerobic muscle fibers. And that means you can use more lactate as a fuel source. It means that you're going to tire less over time. Including VO2 work raises your aerobic ceiling. Now, what that means basically is like working hard in VO2 and stringing those training sessions together is basically we're taking your aerobic ceiling from here and lifting it to here, which basically means when you go out and ride nice and steady, you're riding faster for the same heart rate. The secret sauce is really what, how, and when that dose should be introduced. I mean, do too much aerobic work and you'll be weak and slower than you really want. Miss out on putting some strength work in there and you'll lose power. And you're more likely to be dropped on hills, slower in a bunch, and definitely slower kicking into a signpost. And let's face it, that's part of the fun of riding a bike with your mates sometimes, is to beat them to a signpost. The biggest take home from this particular video is that to improve your ability to ride faster, cycle up hills quicker, ride your next Sportive with total confidence and try and go for that com or the queen of the mountain, you have to train both your muscular and your cardiovascular engines. If you're not thinking that way when you come to approach your training, you're basically being really one-sided, and it means you're not going to progress in the way that you want to. Anyway, look, that's enough for me today. I hope this makes sense. If you like this video, do me a favor, hit like, hit subscribe, and please share this video with your friends. I am trying to grow this channel and your help would be very much appreciated. Thanks for watching. I'll be back next week.